Welcome to the WSL Post Show. A short but extremely sweet day of competition down here at Snapper Rocks. Day 3 of the event window. The Bonsoy Gold Coast Pro, presented by GWM, was not short on highlights and not short on big performances. Ronnie Blakey joined by Felicity Parmentier and Richie Lovett for the post show to run through some highlights, and there's going to be plenty of them.
Oh, there is going to be plenty of highlights, even though over the last couple of days that swell has sort of slowly decreased. I mean, the surfing and the scores sort of haven't really added up. The scores have been massive. Today we just saw 3 9-point rides, and I can't wait to get into it and unpack it all.
We've whittled down the field to 16 surfers now, Rich, and they're very deserving of their place in this contest.
Yeah, absolutely. The performance level for me has been just right on point, extraordinary actually. I expected it to be high, but it's actually surpassed my expectations. And, Snapper's delivered all of a sudden. We're 3 days into this event and things are starting to get really interesting. We're going to move on to surfer on surfer heats.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome to see. It was a little slow when we rocked up this morning. We went on hold for an hour. Good decision.
Yeah.
Once we got competition rolling, it was pumping.
Oh, absolutely pumping. I just couldn't believe it. It seemed to get better as well throughout the day. And, I mean, for me, the goofies were the standout. And,
of course.
One for the goofs.
Across the board, great performances. Even for surfers that lost out today, they showed real promising signs and shaping up to be a great fight for those 5 positions on next year's championship tour.
Yeah, absolutely. If you go back and look at all the heat totals, a lot of the time, 3rd and 4th place eliminated, but really high in the scores. So, although a lot of people left the competition today, they can kind of hold their heads high going, I put in a good performance, the level is there, but they'll be focusing their attention onto Narrabeen now.
We were lucky enough to call a couple of the biggest heats of the day. One of the highlight performances came from the competitors in heat number 5. Let's have a look at some of these highlights. Just brilliant surfing from all 4, all putting up good scores. Luana Silva, Kobe Enright, Maud Lacar and Sarah Baum.
Yeah, this heat was absolutely incredible. I mean, for me, Kobe had numerous great waves. I think about 5 or 6 waves, all great scores, but it just came down to her local knowledge. She just scored wave after wave, but this one here, this was the best wave of the heat. It was this 9-point ride from Luana. Really just CT surfing for me, just surfing at a different pace, speed. She was really able to pick the eyes out of what turned to best place in what section. And, yeah, for me, clear cut above the rest.
Yeah, this was the hit that really cracked the code, wasn't it? And we saw Luana going to the 9-point range. But Kobe Enright, she dropped a couple of hammers as well, getting up into that 8.7 with beautiful, big open arc turns like that with lots of power, lots of speed and flow, and obviously the local knowledge shining through. She, if she keeps up this form, she'll go deep.
Yeah, I think, Kobe actually got the lead here sort of in the last couple of minutes of this heat, but Luana fought back, and in the dying seconds of this heat, she got a 7.13, so she ended up getting that lead back over Kobe again. But it was just really cool. Exactly what you said, Rich. This was the heat, the sort of turning moment in the morning where things just started to switch on, and the ladies were just finding absolute gems on this bank. And, yeah, Luana just a step in the right direction to getting her spot back on that tour.
Yeah, a little bashed up through those first 5 events of the season despite some strong performances, but a 9 on your first wave of the 2024 Challenger Series. It's definitely going to put a smile on your face, and really well backed up for a deserving heat win.
Yeah, convincing heat wins like that, they serve you well as you move through the rounds. You really build confidence through the event and lift elevate your performance. But really good signs there. Hats off to Sarah Baum and Maud Lacar as well. They put in some good surfing, but just outdone today.
Yeah, we could have chosen a couple of heats to pull up as the Boost Mobile heat of the day. But following Heat 5, we jump straight into another highlight reel with some amazing performances from the competitors in Heat 6. Bronte Macaulay, Vahine Ferrero, Rosie Smart and Sarah Wakita.
Oh, Bronte, straight off the bat, this wave for me, favourite wave of the day, highest single wave score, 9.5 on this wave. Series of backhand turns, and echoing what you were saying, Ron, you wanted to see variation on the backhand, and Bronte delivered. Just so critical in the pocket. And then straight out behind her was Vahine with this one, Rich.
Yeah, we talk about championship tour level surfing all the time, and we seem to drop that quite often, but this heat, it was riddled with it. And Vahine just with this beautiful backhand approach, very stylish. and just placing her moves just in the right section of the waves, really jamming it high, getting vertical. Lots of leverage on that last turn, just slamming those final manoeuvres.
I feel like the Grom here, Rosie Smart, in this heat, she really blew me away just with her composure. I mean, knowing that Bronte and Vahine had just dropped a 9, she went straight out behind them and dropped a 7.5. I think it's just a sign of good things for her to come in the future. And even though she didn't get through, really, she can hold her head up high after this heat. But Bronte quickly backed up her 9 with this 8.33. And, I mean, Bronte obviously missed out on that championship tour by 1 spot last year. And, you know, devastating for her, but this is a great start to her Challenger Series campaign.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Rosie actually scored 15 over 15-point heat total here, or 14, just shy of it, but, you know, some really good numbers there. A real confidence boost for Bronte Macaulay, who's perhaps kind of gone up and down a little bit in confidence. The form's always been there, but she looks incredibly sharp today.
Yeah, like Luana Silva, breaking into the 9-point range on her first wave of the new Challenger Series season. But have a look at the matchups that are coming your way as we dive into what's to look forward to in that round of 16. Luana Silva up against Vahine. That's going to be a fantastic heat, and the contrast of goofy versus regular will be on show.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, these are two of the form surfers from today. It's actually a bit of a shame that they're going to match up in the heat of 16, and we're going to do it all again here in the next one as well. Another goofy foot versus natural foot encounter here, but an all-Aussie affair.
The foremost informed surfers, and 2 and 2, they've matched up against each other. That round of 16, these two heats, they're going to be absolute crackers to watch.
Yeah, if you want to see more of the matchups in that round of 16, you can check them out at worldsurfleague.com. But right now, we're going to hear from the winner of the last heat of the day. Stacey's with Sally.
Thanks, Ron. Sally, last heat of the round. Plenty of inspiration while you're getting ready up there on the Bonsoy athlete deck. What did you make of today's performances?
I was itching, Stace. I was watching so many good heats, especially I think that one, the heat of the day, was right before mine. And I was just seeing, some great mates in like Bronte and that just teeing off. And I don't know, you just feel it in yourself. You're wondering, every time you show up to a comp, you still get that, like, I don't know, tangible excitement, because you're wondering how your surfing's going to mould into what we have today and just getting that rhythm. So it was cool. I wanted to sort of be nice and attacking right off the outset, and it paid off.
It certainly did pay off. A reflection on your performance.
Yeah, just getting into a decent size one, just wanting to surf really free. And I got such good equipment under my feet. I worked on a lot of these boards last year with Glennie Pang and the TC crew, just like a little different to the tour stops. So there's just plenty to think on. I love it. Like, I just consider the first part of the year you got to surf against like 1 to 10, and now you get to surf from like anywhere from 20 to 60 or 80 in the world, and that excites me. You just get this full gamut, different styles, different lines, and just competing against all that and trying to put my surfing in there is what gets me out of bed.
It's well and truly there. It's right at the top of the pile at the moment, Sal. Well done. I know you got a lot of people checking in at home that you want to say good afternoon to.
Oh, for sure, but competing at home, I got all these guys here. They've just been down here all day, and plenty of friends on the beach. But big hi to Mum and Dad, everyone at Giroa. Let's keep charging on.
On you, Sal. Thanks, Ron.
Thank you, Stace. You think Sal might like her time in the lineup here at Snapper Rock? She rode 9 waves in that heat. She was incredibly busy and obviously had the 2 best numbers. So a dominant performance and a good return to form.
Yeah, I was on my break. I had a little look at the screen at one point, and I looked up there and I was like, holy moly, Sally is in great form. She looks like she's in sync with this wave. And just again, we've said it so much, CT surfing. Just a clear cut.
I think it's a good opportunity for surfers like Sally to maybe experiment with different manoeuvres and try a different style of approach that maybe she's been a bit hesitant to lay down in the Championship Tour format. Down in the Challenger Series, she can open up a little bit more. It showed there. She showed more variety in that heat than I'd seen all year long. So she's really getting it going.
Definitely. Let's have a look at the Surfline forecast and see what's coming our way over the next few days, Rich. You've been keeping a close eye on it. Today was a lovely surprise.
It was a little bit of a surprise there. You can see fun, clean conditions. Well, that's going to be on show from today up until Wednesday, and then things are going to change a little bit. So we'll come and check conditions tomorrow morning, because it might be more of the same. And as we saw, super contestable, really fun waves. And then a larger swell starts to fill in Thursday through Friday and into Saturday. There will be a little bit of weather and wind, unfortunately, but that means the swell's going to jack. So you can see here on the long longer range forecast. Next 4 days. The next 2, maybe head high on the sets, but then after that, we're going to start seeing some 6-foot faces and perhaps get some real action behind the rock.
Oh, I'm looking forward to a little bit more swell on the horizon and probably a potential really great finals day.
Well, more than enough for us to have a commentator's heat out there this afternoon, that's for sure.
Yeah, it looks fun. And I think you're right. I think we've got to keep turning up each day and getting eyes on it, because there is that magic period when the tide comes in and the swell generally picks up with it.
Yeah, absolutely. And it doesn't take much of a direction change in the swell and the degrees of the swell, and then it can come pouring around the point here. And, that can sort of happen at any moment. So, yeah, we'll stay glued to this area. And, we've had great waves so far, and I think we're going to have great waves for the rest of the event.
So many big moments today, but it is time to dive into the BioGland Daily Dose and have a look at our top 5. And we are going to kick things off with Isabella Nichols, who's obviously spent a lot of time in this lineup. She looks sharp.
Bella looks so sharp out here. And, she resides on the Gold Coast now. She puts in lots of time surfing snapper. And coming from the Sunshine Coast, she's no stranger to right-hand point breaks, and it just shows. She just put on an incredible performance, 7.33, backed it up with that 7.67.
Turned the frown upside down here today. So did India Robinson, who won the event here last year and has just tapped back into that winning form.
Oh, wow. She just looks so comfortable out here and inspired by her friend Sophie McCulloch, who unfortunately can't be here with injury at the moment, but feeling the energy and really picked up where she left off. These big power turns, super comfortable and feeling really confident as she moves through.
Great performance from India. Sally Fitzgibbons, spoke to her just moments ago. Just all over this lineup and dropping some really big turns as well.
Yeah, Super Sal is looking on fire. She's looking fired up. And I just love the insights that we got with Stace at that post-heat interview. She's just seen, the first part of the year she got to surf against, the best of the best, and now she gets to test herself against, anywhere from 20 to 60 in the world, and loves to see where she's at, and she's at the top.
Yeah, so is Luana Silva. The second time she's been knocked back to this Challenger Series, but she's still here, still fighting and dropping a 9-point ride on her first wave.
Yeah, precision surfing, powerful approach, great heat management. She sort of ticked all the boxes today and, really showing some great form that got her onto the championship tour in the first place. So bouncing back in a big way and throwing a huge number down.
But coming in at number 1, it is the big backhand duel out, massive exchange from Bronte and Vahine today, both going into the 9s.
Oh, they both just put on a perfect display of how to surf out here on your backhand. But yeah, Bronte doing Western Australia proud, just absolutely scintillating on her backhand here. But then straight out behind her was Vahine with a 1-2 combo as well. Just her pace, her timing, and just the pace that she's surfing at is just really beautiful to watch. And it was a good demonstration of, I guess, the debate Ron and I were having earlier today of, is it better to watch a backhand surfer out here or a regular? But
yeah, regular.
Backhand.
It doesn't really matter when the surfing's that good. It's just all fun to intake, and super impressed with the performance from Luana and Sally, from Bronte and Vahine. I think we can look forward to more excellent numbers from them.
Yeah, absolutely. It's you feel like they're really starting to muscle their way around this draw, and it's going to be an interesting day because we've got some pretty unique pairings where some of our informed surfers are going to come up against each other.
There was a lot of other rides that didn't make the WSL post show, but the good news is for everyone, we've got them in our highlights package. So enjoy those and check in tomorrow morning to see if competition gets back underway.
Tomorrow is my last year, you're shook. You didn't like my tweet. Delete your account, better take a seat. Help yourself if you're trolling me. You can't get enough of this on your feed. It's cool, you wanna follow me? I guess someone else gotta take the lead. Girl, freeze it, I'm racing. You chase it when I make it. What did I tell you? What did I say? Oh, you got the message yet? That girl ain't the only one breaking the net. I got a lot your game, you could be my rival. Getting heavy traffic, yeah, I'm living the dream. Looking kinda tragic, keep it coming to me. I get so many likes, I don't need to share. Why you keep on trying it when nobody cares? Don't face it, I'm racing. You chase it, but I make it. What did I tell you? What did I say? Oh, you got the message, yeah. That girl ain't the only one breaking the net. I got a law degree. Give me side eyes, but you following me. You got the message, yeah. That girl ain't the only one breaking the net. I got a law degree. Give me side eyes, but you following me. Ain't no one.
This copyrighted event broadcast is produced by the World Surf League for broadcast around the world and may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any form without the written consent of the World Surf League.